Hi, Debbie Lichter with Free from Food Addiction and the Congruence Code. So welcome to video 2 of a 3-part video series on how to stop feeling anxious. So in the last video, if you missed it, we were talking all about that tendency to not feel your feelings and the anxiety that comes from that. If you missed that video, I will leave a link below. Definitely check that out and find out what to do instead so that you cannot get caught up in the panic and the anxiety that happens when you are resisting feeling your feelings. And today we're moving into a new topic. This is another thing that I see comes up that really has so many of us getting into panic and anxiety and overwhelm and obsession and a lot of other things. It's so big. This is playing by somebody else's rule book. So what do I mean by that? Playing by somebody else's rule book. So this is when we are living in the world and we are people pleasing. We are trying to get it right. We are trying to prove ourselves. We are trying to not be wrong. We are trying to be good. We are trying to get others to like us, right? We have assigned others or certain people the role of dictating to us what is valuable, what is lovable, what is right, what is good, and we are trying our best to fit ourselves into that paradigm. And here's what happens when you take your magical, unique self and you try to fit yourself into somebody else's paradigm, into somebody else's playbook, into somebody else's rule book of how to do life. It is going to make you feel uncomfortable. It is like setting you up to feel uncomfortable in your own skin. It is setting you up to feel anxious because you're not in your inner guidance. You're in what I call the external feedback loop. The external feedback loop is when we assign the role of other people being able to determine our own experience, our own sense of worth and value, our own opinion of our identity, based off of their opinion, based off of the way they treat us, based off of the way they perceive us. We essentially outsource our power to them. We outsource all of the power that is flowing through us to other people. And we say, hey, your opinion defines me, or the way that you perceive me, or the way that you react to me, or the way that you treat me, or the way that you speak to me, that is going to determine how I feel about myself and the worth and the value that I place on myself. That's the external feedback loop. The challenge with the external feedback loop is that it sets us up for self-doubt. We already are in a place of self-doubt when we're caught up with the external feedback loop, but then the external feedback loop puts us even in more self-doubt because we're not really relying on our inner guidance. We're relying on what other people are telling us is right and wrong, or how other people do it, or what works for them. Maybe it's the inner guidance that works for them. Maybe that's their rule book, which is great, but that doesn't mean that it's your rule book. That doesn't mean that that's exactly how you are designed to play the game. And this can get us caught so much. This happens a lot if you work for a company, if you're in a corporate environment. It happens a lot in family dynamics. It happens a lot in friend dynamics. I mean, I think that I just spent my entire life not realizing that I was so trying to play by someone else's rule book, always feeling wrong, always feeling less than, always feeling not enough, and always thinking that I needed you to tell me how to do it, to validate my own inner sense of what was right or my own inner sense of what I should do. And it kept me dependent. It kept me dependent on others. It kept me relying upon others, kept me always looking outside of myself. And that always made me feel insecure. And so what we really want to do here to bring you out of a state of anxiety is to support you in cultivating your inner guidance system, your ability to trust and connect to and listen to your inner guidance. This is so important. This is a huge thing that I love to support people around because you have a very unique way that you've been designed, that you are meant to live and be and breathe and play in the world and work and contribute and inspire. And nobody is the expert of that. You are the one who is co-creating that with the divine in each moment. And so there is a beautiful process of discovery and uncovery that gets to happen when you are tapped into that truth. And so if you're someone who struggles with anxiety, then oftentimes anxiety is because you are trying to do it somebody else's way. It doesn't feel like a fit. You're making yourself wrong. You're making yourself feel bad. You're all up in your head. You're not really connected to what your truth is. Maybe you don't trust yourself, so that makes you feel even more anxious because you feel like you've given up on yourself so many times. You've made so many promises that you haven't fully followed through with. And so you don't want to trust yourself, but then you don't know if you can trust others, and you don't know what to do, and so it just makes you feel anxious and you just freak out. If that is you, then that is I just want you to know that you are not alone, because I speak with people all day long who struggle with that very, very thing. And if I can just encourage you with one tip, one tool that can help put you on that path, and trust me, there's like way more where this came from, but I just want to help you with this, is that you have a built-in mechanism inside of you. Your own body is speaking to you in every single moment, guiding you and shaping you and moving you towards what your personal yes is, and moving you away from what your no is. You have this inside of you. And when you can cultivate your capacity to be able to feel, to sense, to know, to experience what is right for you in each moment, it's going to really, really get rid of all of that external feedback loop stuff. You're just not going to need it. It doesn't mean that you're never going to get counsel from the outside. There's something that is so different about gaining counsel from the outside versus being dependent on other people to tell you your truth so that you can validate a piece of yourself. See, here's the thing, is that the first part of gaining counsel from somebody else is coming from a place of wholeness. It's coming from a place of, okay, I know that I'm not broken, and I'm also open to learning because I want to grow and I want to expand more, and that is why I'm here. That's why I'm on this earth, because I want to interact more, and it's coming from a place that is grounded in expansion. The other is grounded in contraction. It's based on the idea there's something wrong, there's something broken, there's something that needs to be fixed. I'm wrong, I'm not enough. I need for you to tell me what my truth is because I can't do this on my own. It's based in inadequacy. And that is certainly not the ultimate truth for you. And that alone, that feeling of inadequacy, will have us feeling more anxious because we feel constantly incapable of anything else, any other way of being. And that is so not true. And so the tool for today is to recognize when you are in your external feedback loop, and you'll notice it because you will get anxious, because you will be people pleasing, because you'll be trying to prove yourself, you'll be pushing, you'll be performing, you'll be watching the outside, watching the other people's facial expressions, trying to, like anticipate needs so that you can do the right thing. Anytime you're caught up with trying to do the right thing, just notice that and then pause. Love yourself for that. Just be like, all right, I'm doing it. Don't judge it. Just notice it. And then, okay, shift into that inner guidance. What's coming up inside of you, and notice where your body and where your natural, like what feels expansive to you, what feels contracting to you. Your body is talking to you all the time. So starting to cultivate that capacity to listen to it is going to help you so, so much. So this is something that I'm really passionate to help you with. And if it's something that is exciting for you, or if you are interested to find out, gosh, how do I start to read my body even more? How do I cultivate even more intelligence with my body's natural wisdom so that I can identify my yes and my no, so that I can really sense my inner guidance about what is in true alignment for me? Just make a comment below. I would love to send you some other resources. I will also leave another link below. You and I can chat, and I can also just, we can chat one-on-one. I can send you those resources too. You can also always head over to the Congruence Collective. That is at liveyourlight.today. In the Congruence Collective, I do trainings in there all the time. You can look at the past videos. There's lots of past trainings in there. We have challenges in there that are designed to support you. Lots of ways that you can be helped and supported to really help you in gaining more connection to your authentic self, that you can trust yourself and that you can get out of that anxiety. So I hope that that tool really supports you here today. Again, if this video is feeling supportive, if you want to hear more, thumbs it up, share it with a friend, and definitely subscribe and stick around for video 3 out of 3 because it's just getting better and better. I want you to get all these tools because they are all going to help you in life. Thanks again, and I'll connect more next time. Bye for now.